Hello everybody, I'm Kat the Vet. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking you through my top 5 products for looking after your dog or your cat's dental health. It is so important to do something to keep their teeth clean and healthy. Dental issues are massively common in our pets. Over a third will suffer with some degree of dental disease by the time they're just 3 years old. And it is a huge issue. It causes pain, it causes infection, and of course it gives them that disgusting doggy breath. So when they come and lick your face, it smells disgusting. And nobody likes that. So anything that you can do to make that better is better for everybody. So let's get cracking. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is brushing your pet's teeth. Brushing is by far the best way of keeping any teeth clean. That's why we brush our teeth twice a day. That's why we don't have special chews or special biscuits, which is always a shame, I think. So something like this, which is a pack you can pick up in most veterinary practices or online on the pet pharmacies, I think is a brilliant way to start. So what we've got here is we've got a toothbrush, which has got a really long handle, which is good for dogs with long noses and big mouths. And it's got a little, can you see that there? A little head at the top, which is great for like the teeth at the front, and a big one at the back, which is good for the teeth at the back. The only problem I think with using a toothbrush is effectively you're coming at your dog's face with a big stick, and it can be really quite intimidating for them, especially if they're not really used to it. So the other thing that I think is absolutely brilliant is these finger brushes, and you can get these in most packs. And they're like a thimble, so they're like this rubber thimble with the bits on the end. Hang on, I've got that one. Right, so here is an actual finger brush. So you can see it fits on your finger. It's got these bristles here, which rub against the tooth, and it's really tough. So your dog is never going to bite you through that. Well, unless they try really hard, but you're not going to. And I think they're much better, especially for training dogs to do it. You're just going to lift the lip a little bit and pop the finger brush just under there and give it a little rub. I think they're great, and once the dog is used to that, if you find that a brush is going to work a bit better for you, that's fine. But I think these are a great way of getting them used to it. The other thing, of course, you're going to need if you're going to brush your dog's teeth is toothpaste. Now, it's really important, first of all, to use doggy-specific or cat-specific toothpaste. It's really important you don't use human toothpaste, because the fluoride and the foaming agents in it can be really irritating to their stomachs if they're swallowed. And of course, they're not going to rinse and spit after you've brushed them. And also, they're not really into minty flavours, although we think they're great. Dogs and cats aren't quite such big fans. So what you get with the doggy toothpaste, this way around. So what you get with the doggy toothpaste is they're often flavoured. So this one is chicken, I think. This one's chicken, and this one is chicken as well. You can see there it says poultry flavour. You can get cat ones that are fishy flavoured as well. The other really important thing about doggy toothpastes is a lot of them are kind of a cross between a mouthwash and a toothpaste. So if you look on the packaging of, especially the better brands, you will get some that don't say this, but I would definitely get an enzymatic brand. So what you're looking for is for it to say, sorry about the light, where am I? Enzymatic on the toothpaste. And what that means is it's kind of active on its own. So just getting it on the teeth, it'll start to break down through the plaque and the tartar. And they'll also have a bit of an antibacterial effect as well. You'll find that like the cheaper brands of toothpaste are minty flavoured and they won't say enzymatic. And yet it's the mechanical action, so it's the physical brushing that's going to make the biggest difference. But if you use a toothpaste like one of these, so I've got the Logic Gel here, which is a really good one, or the Verbac here, it's just a bit like adding 2 and 2 and getting 5. And also, if you're not going to brush every day, you can use these to just smear along the teeth, or with cats or even dogs, you can pop it little blobs on their paws. They'll lick it off and it'll swill about the mouth. And it won't be nearly as good as brushing, but it will have some effect. So I'm going to do in the future like actually how to brush your pet's teeth video. So I'm not going to go into it too much detail now. But what I would say is don't try to do it twice a day every day like we do ours, because you're just setting yourself up to fail. You will never manage it. Well, I mean, if you do manage it, that's brilliant. All props to you, and I'm in awe. But most people aren't going to manage every day twice a day for their pets. Every other day is about what I would aim for, because the plaque, which is that soft sort of sticky substance that builds up on your teeth. You can feel it if you go to bed and you haven't brushed your teeth and it's there in the morning. That takes about 2 days to harden into tartar. So I would aim to brush every other day. Get that going. And at some point or other, I will do a video on showing you how to do that and how to get your pets used to it. But for today, so my number one product is decent toothpaste, so decent vetty enzymatic toothpaste, a proper doggy toothbrush, or you can use kids' toothbrushes actually, but it's the length of these that really help, and also the thimble rubber brushes. And these are super cheap. These cost like £1 for a couple or £2 for a couple. They basically cost virtually nothing, and they're really good. So product number 2 is dental chews, and you can get various different kinds. These Logic ones are generally probably more available in vets and online, and they actually are really good, as well as being a physical chew. They also contain those enzymes that we were talking about in the toothpaste that break down the tartar and the plaque, and they do help to reduce bad breath and that kind of thing. So I think these guys are pretty good. But you may have noticed that I also had these. Now I'm sure everyone has seen these in the supermarket, and like many vets, or most vets, I don't have very many nice things to say about the pedigree diets in general. I think there are much better things that you could be feeding your dogs. However, I do think that these chews actually work really well. I see a lot of dogs in practice that have fed them, and you can tell the teeth are cleaner, or you can see where the tartar has been cracked off. So I think something like this, again, probably every other day, maybe every day, if you want to give like a chew as a treat or something like that. But I would say that they are quite fatty. Though a lot of the time they do say like reduce fat and things. I think that dogs fed them can become overweight. So what I would be doing is if you're going to give these, do cut down on their normal food, just use them as a treat. So number 3, teeth cleaning biscuits. Now these are brilliant, and you can see that I've got the Hills I've got the Hills TD here. These I think are by far the market leaders in the dental biscuit market. You can get, I have seen ones by like Whiskers and things in the supermarkets. I just don't know much about them, but I think the Hill stuff is brilliant. And these are particularly useful for cats, because cats, you can brush cats' teeth, and, brilliant if you can, but, they're possibly slightly less compliant than dogs. And obviously they're not big chewers. So these are great, and I feed these to my cat, and they do definitely make a difference. So let me show you one of the biscuits. So this is one of the TD biscuits. And I don't know if you can tell, it's pretty big. If I compare it to the size of my fingernail, it's nearly the same size. So the tooth, first of all, the biscuit, first of all, is really big. So the tooth has got to really bite into it, so it goes right the way in and comes right the way out. And whereas most biscuits will shatter when they bite into them and quite quickly turn into a pulp, which is just sticky in the mouth, these guys stay solid for quite a while. So you get this constant biting in and scraping out, and the idea is the tooth goes in and it scrapes out as it comes, and it scrapes the tartar off. They are really good. I would highly recommend them for cats or for dogs that aren't into chewing. You get the small breeds like the Chihuahuas and things with very delicate mouths, who are unfortunately super prone to dental problems, who aren't big into chewing, but they will very often take these biscuits. And you don't have to feed it as a complete diet. We're talking like a handful a day, 2 or 3 every day, literally like they're brushing their teeth, so it can be, a treat. And they're also great as treats. My cats take them as treats, or you can put them in the food bowl. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure if you're going to start doing that you're going to take a little bit of their food out, so they're not getting excess calories, because although we want them to have lovely clean teeth, we don't want them to get too fat. Okay, so where are we? Number 4. Gosh, already number 4. So number 4 is this stuff. This is called Plaque Off, and it is again available in most vets and in most pharmacies as well, and it is fantastic. So what it is a powder, and it's a funny stuff. It's a seaweed based product, and it is actually available in human dentistry only. It comes in tablets rather than powder we sprinkle on our dinner. And what it does, so it's totally natural, and what it does is it makes the plaque and tartar build, particularly the tartar buildup on teeth, much softer. So when you do brushing or chewing or biscuits, it's a bit like adding 2 and 2 and getting 5. The tartar is already much softer, which means that when you brush or when you chew, the effect is much better. And it is a tiny, tiny amount. In here is this little green powder. It comes in this tiny scoop. You sprinkle it on. They would never notice it's on their dinner. You're not going to have a problem with them accepting it. Even the fussiest of pets take this. And because it's such a tiny amount, these little pots, which I don't know how much they retail at, sometimes about between 10 to 13 pounds normally. One of these pots lasts you like average sized dog about 3 to 6 months. So they're really cheap as well. And finally, number 5. And number 5 is mouthwashes. Now, this is just one kind of mouthwash you can get for dogs. There's quite a few of them available. But these are really good, and for cats as well. But these are really, really good as breath fresheners. Because what you do find with some pets, they have absolutely horrific breath. But when you look in their mouth, there's not a lot of tartar and there's not a lot of plaque. So they can chew and you can brush and it probably will make a difference. But some dogs just have generally stinky breath. Now, if that is the case for your dog, it is worth getting them health checked. It's worth looking at their digestion and their diet, because sometimes it's not the mouth that's smelling, they're like burping a lot and it can be maldigestion. But to be fair, I think most dogs, it's just a bit of a stinky breath. And this is where mouthwashes can come in really handy. So the smell is coming from the bacteria in the mouth, and those bacteria are on a film on the teeth and hiding in the gums. Brushing will definitely make a difference, but if you've got the mouthwash in the water, they're going to swill it around their whole mouth and help to kill the bacteria. Some kinds, like this one, have got ingredients to stop tartar build-up and plaque build-up and do help with bacteria. Others, which I actually sort of kind of prefer, to be honest, I've got chlorhexidine in them, which is an antibacterial solution. And the idea is it swirls in the mouth and kills the bacteria which are making the smell. So those are really good as well. Again, they're probably better for dogs than cats, because most cats, unless you've got an indoor cat, will choose to drink more or less anywhere other than the beautiful water bowl you have set up for them. But to be fair, I find that cats, it's not so much just genuine smelly breath. There's normally an underlying issue. So that's it. So that's my 5 top dental products for you and your pets. The first is toothbrushes, toothpaste, and the finger brushes. Just make sure they're all pet specific, especially the toothbrush. The second is the dental chews. Like I said, the pedigree Dentasticks. They're really, really not too bad and ever so easy to get hold of in most supermarkets. The third is the dental biscuits. I think the Hills TD are by far the best for those, both for dogs and for cats. Plaque Off, which is the powder that makes the tartar much softer. So when you're doing everything else, it's like adding 2 and 2 and getting 5. And mouthwashes in the water to reduce doggy breath. But remember, if you have got any questions, or if you're concerned about your dog's or your cat's teeth and their breath, then please take them along to your local vets for a checkup. They'll be able to have a look at their teeth, tell you whether home care is going to make any difference, or if they're going to need some dental work under an anaesthetic to get the teeth in a tip-top condition, so you can clean them, keep them clean and clean them at home. Okay, thanks very much everybody for watching. I hope you found that helpful. Like I say, I'll be back soon with probably some videos on actually how to go about cleaning your pet's teeth, especially with the brushing. Please don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any ideas or any questions that you'd like me to answer for videos in the future, please let me know. Thank you. Bye bye.